Korea Fintech Week 2022. Distinguished guests, thank you for joining us for Success Cases of Fintech. This seminar is hosted by FSC and organized by Fintech Center Korea. We will now begin. Greetings. My name is Park Seon-young and I'm the NC for this event.
네, 고맙습니다.
It's very nice to meet you. Now, I can definitely feel a lot of enthusiasm from the exhibition. You can hear the scream from the exhibition hall, right? Such great enthusiasm. Now, it is the first time for 3 years that this event is being held public after COVID-19. And today you're able to have various experiences at the exhibition hall, hold briefing sessions and consulting sessions, and you probably networked with other players in the industry. I believe that we can make a better future when we share information and cooperate. And that's the case for the seminar that we will begin in a short while. So you'll be able to gain many insights through the success cases and growth stories of various fintech companies. You'll be able to look closely into institutions and systems related to fintech innovations and hopefully find solutions to raise your company's competitiveness. We are also joined by online participants. I would like to welcome you all. Korea Fintech Week 2022. This event is being streamlined through its official website as well as the YouTube channel of FSC. We ask for your interest and we ask that you stay with us until the very end. I also see many people who are presented physically for this event. And before we begin in earnest, I would like to introduce to you the distinguished guests and speakers. When I call out their names, please welcome them with a big round of applause. First, Mr. Pyeon Young-han, Chair of Fintech Center Korea, is joining us. Please give him a big hand. Thank you. Next, Mr. Kwon Hae-won, CEO of Paycom. Mr. Richard Kim, CEO of Paywatch Korea. Mr. Lee Hyung-ju, CEO of Great Health Chain. Mr. Kim Dong-soo, Vice President of Minds Lab. Please take your seat. Mr. Kwak Gi-yoon, CEO of Cross Finance Korea. Welcome. Mr. Kim Kyung-dong, CEO of Allink. Welcome. And Mr. Kim Nam-seok, CEO and founder of Is Lifestyle. It's very nice to meet all of you. Thank you for sparing time out of your busy schedules to share your valuable stories. Now, let's first invite Chair Pyeon Young-han of Fintech Center Korea for his welcoming remarks. So let's invite him up onto the stage. Please welcome him with a big hand.
안녕하십니까?
Greetings. My name is Pyeon Young-han, Chair of Korea Fintech Center Korea. We've kicked off the Korea Fintech Week 2022, and we are now holding its first seminar, Success Cases of Fintech. It gives me great pleasure to join this meaningful event. We have many fintech companies and its CEOs and others who are here to make presentations. Thank you very much. And I would like to also thank the audiences from various financial companies and fintech companies. Now, the smart devices and their use is increasing globally, and it's leading to the development of AI and other related technologies in the financial sector. So fintech companies that have new ideas and innovative ideas can work together with the industry to make swift responses to these changes. The FCK in October last year, in order to invigorate cooperation between the industry and fintech companies, actually created an alliance between the two so as to match fintech companies to existing financial companies that need their services. And we are making support so that these companies can also join the regulatory sandbox. And in order to provide test environment, we have been pursuing the D-Test project. And this year, we have done some consignment tests by fintech companies to test out ideas that were raised by financial companies. So existing financial companies and fintech companies are able to overcome their limits to actually realize practical cooperation. The fintech companies who are here to present have successfully cooperated with existing financial companies, and I hope that this will serve as an opportunity for us to raise the benefits experienced by our users and consumers and to further the cooperation between the two industry players. Going forward, FCK will make necessary support and listen to the voices of all industry players so that all people who are involved can flourish going forward. Thank you very much.
네.
Yes, thank you very much, Chairman. So he has opened today's session with his welcoming remarks. So as Chairman said, the financial companies and fintech companies should cooperate and partner further to drive the financial sector of Korea going forward. And today we'll be hearing success cases of fintech, and through the meetup session in 2020, you would be able to also have a success story of the Ihe lifestyle, which also actually showcased their case during the meetup in Korea Fintech Week 2020. So I would like to once again thank Chairman Pyun from the Fintech Center Korea for his unrelenting support. So how did you pay for your lunch today is the question I want to ask you. I'm sure that all of you had your lunch, and I'm sure you also used your credit cards. So credit cards have become part of our daily lives. And did you know that without using a very heavy payment terminal, we can just use smartphones to pay anytime, anywhere? Do you know there is this kind of solution? So the first success case is a credit card payment service free from hardware terminal. So it was designated as Innovative Financial Services in 2019. It's a success case of Paycock, and CEO Kwon Hae-won will deliver his presentation. Please welcome him with a big hand.
예, 스마트폰
Hello, we are an innovative payment-based fintech company, Paycock, creating a world where smartphones become card payment terminals. So when you use actually our Paycock service, the sellers can also benefit from it as much as the consumers. So there is a must feature for smartphone, that is camera, and there is the NFC function. So how are these features used for payment? Let's have a look at a video.
예, 순서가 조금 바뀌었네요.
I think the order is a little bit changed.
예, 처음 영상은
So the first video is an image of Samsung Pay. So you can actually pay with slight touch. But the credit cards can also be served as a means of payment through touch. So you can actually pay for the services and the products. And if you don't have NFC function, you don't have to worry. So there is a camera AI analysis embedded to your smartphone that allows for payment. And not only that, just like Alipay in China, there is the token QR that you can scan like this, and it's recognized immediately, and you can proceed to payment. So all the videos that you just saw are something that are very familiar to the sellers and not the consumers. But after COVID-19, culture has changed rapidly. Consumers don't want to wait, don't want to meet people, and we want to actually show how our paycock services can be applied to consumers. So you don't need QR code or application to use our service. So we have actually experienced this with the quarantine pass. So you can actually call a number to have your quarantine cleared, and you can also call the store to have your orders made and paid. So we are currently testing this service or providing this service, but in 2015, when Paycock first was established, our service was illegal because in July 2015, according to the new Credit Card Registration Act, we had to read the IC card information first, and to be able to do that, the consumers that did actually not allow transactions with hardware card terminals. But as being designated by Innovative Financial Service, we were given the chance to actually commercialize this service. So in March 2019, our service was designated as an Innovative Financial Service. That was the initial year of this service. So ever since this designation, we collaborated with not only the manufacturers but many other partners. So if you look at the news, we hear that easy payment is very simple, but it's also exposed to a lot of hacking risks. And our Paycock technology actually has a very important core hardware security technology. So after the news of the launch of our service, we were able to actually partner with Fiserv, which is one of the largest payment companies in the world. And together with Fiserv, we have rolled out our service on the global market. Of course, there have been attempts made by other countries to develop our kind of service, but there is no service or solution which allows for payment without a terminal. And of course, throughout the years, we made a lot of preparations to make this service successful. We registered 17 patents, and we also received 6 security authentications for our service. And of course, we have received many awards from the government agencies and ministries. So this service was implemented in a very fun way through this video by FEC. Please have a look. Do you want to provide your personal credit card? No, not at all. Where are we at? I think that we're in a market, so this is where we're going to go. So smartphone app payment system that you can use as a card terminal. So how to register for a credit card terminal. We're going to meet a small business operator or owner to have a talk. Where are we going at? I put the hint on the card. Let's go over there. Okay, what about over here? What about that black banner? I think that's it. Hello? Welcome. So we're from the Financial and Regulatory Sandbox team. Can we experience the payment today? So I see an ordinary card terminal over there. So you're using smartphone application terminal. Why is that? Is it more convenient? Actually, when we deliver food or products, we always had to carry around very heavy terminals, and they cost a lot of money for rental. So that is why we installed this application for free of charge on our staff's cell phones. Can we have a look at the app? So when you actually pay with NFC, you press the button, you key in the amount, and it says please touch. And if you put the credit card behind your cell phone, it recognizes the card. Can I try it? So can you hold this? I will try. So it will be $200. So please sign, and it's done. So it's very convenient, isn't it? So as you just saw in the video, actually this person from the FSC went to the site for the first time that day and tried that service with no problem. And if you can actually use your cell phones and its simple features, you can easily use our service. And we also have a booth out there for you to experience. And this service can be tested at the booth. So I look forward to your visit to our booth. Thank you very much. Yes, so that was the first success case by CEO Kwon Hye-won. Over 17,000 users, including small business owners and Hyundai Mobis, are already using Paycoc's payment service or system. And he also mentioned that Paycock is partnering with KFTC, Hyundai Mobis, and will partner with Samsung Electronics and Atami. So I think that your service is very, very convenient, as I could discover in the video. I look forward to Paycock's more innovations, boosting business and user convenience going forward.
성공사례.
Now let's take a look at the second case. Now you can get paid in advance as much as you work when you want, and the rest are paid on the payday. This service was designated as Innovative Financial Service in 2019. The presenter is Mr. Kim Hee-jun, CEO of Paywatch Korea. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
안녕하세요.
Hello.
저희
I'm from Paywatch. And let me share with you our mission statement. In English, that's helping today's young employees achieve financial independence tomorrow. So you can see that that's our mission statement. So young employees do not have bad credit, but they have no credit, as a matter of fact. So by instilling good habit to them, we want them to grow into the middle class in the future. And to that end, we are providing various financial services. And what was really important to realize our mission statement is that we have to actually make sure that these young people can get a quote-unquote loan when they need money urgently. So Korea And people in the country use credit cards very frequently. In fact, people have about 4 to 5 credit cards on average, but that's not the case for young employees. It's very difficult for them to issue credit cards and to get loans when they want because they have no credit. They're just young employees. And while preparing for this business, we found that there are some similar cases overseas. And they use the term earned wage access, or EWA, where they can receive their payments in advance or salary in advance. So it's about receiving salary in advance, as I told you earlier. Now, I have experience of working at a credit card company, and I've developed this idea, and it was actually based on the request of my employees that they actually want to receive their month's salary in advance. But this EWA is not about receiving your entire month's salary in advance, but it's about receiving your salary as much as you worked. Anyway, back in the days, it was quite common, especially in small businesses, that the employees would receive about half of their month's salary in advance. But what about these young people who are working at McDonald's or Starbucks? Can the managers of those stores give them their salary in advance? They don't have the authority to do so. So that's why we came up with this EWA service. So usually the salary date is on the 25th or 28th of that month or the 10th of the next month or so. But let's take a look at this example. It's an example from Malaysia, and there's a girl named Sarah, and her monthly salary is about 2,000 ringgit in Malaysian currency. That's about 600,000 won in Korea. And on the first day of the month before her salary date, Sarah can withdraw about 500 ringgits from her month's salary in advance. And the remaining money will be put into her bank account on salary day. Now, when people retire, of course, they no longer work. So in order to avoid the problem of people receiving the payment in advance and just suddenly quit working, people have to actually clock in and out. And we could provide that service, or the company can actually provide us with that clock in and out data. Usually we do this in the form of open data with large conglomerates. Now, Hana Bank and Hana Card are our clients. And there's also Hong An Bank in Malaysia, who is our client. And Penang Group's Penang Alliance Bank is our customer in Singapore. Now, the key here is that there's no interest in the loan taken out. And it took us a very long time to persuade the banks not to collect interest for this particular service or system. To date, rather than the mass segment or the middle class, a no interest policy was targeted towards some key segments or significant segment. But now banks feel the need to expand their horizon, to break away from their status quo. So rather than creating new customers by conducting marketing activities, we told them that they could engage in this service to attract new customers. So we accomplished this together with our clients in 3 countries that I mentioned, and also plus the Philippines. Now, is this sustainable? That's the question. Usually small platform companies procure cost to provide that advance payment. And in that case, venture companies come and provide a loan with very high interest rate of 7 to 8%, and that payment actually streams down to the end users. So that's not about helping young employees. In order to help young employees, first-tier banks would have to provide access to these young employees. We cannot use the credit of these young employees as a basis, but we can use the credit level of the companies that these young people are working for. It's not really the matter of receiving the interest or not, but it's really about being able to get back the money that they have put into the virtual accounts later. So to the end users, we would appeal to them by saying that there's no interest rate applied. So these young employees are very resistant to the idea of having to pay interest. But the thing is, and also, if you want to take out a loan from an existing bank, for example, that takes a very long time. That's why services like TOS has flourished here in Korea. And also together with the credit card companies, we provide this service, and we persuaded with this logic. If people can pay up until the given date, then there's no revolving interest rate, right? So you can apply the same logic to this service. And whether it be separate wire or whether the companies actually wire the money directly, we reduce the risk. So this actually works as an alternative to people who do not have credit cards. And we believe that this service is really essential for not only Korea, but especially Southeast Asian countries. So we were designated as an innovative financial service in 2019. And also, there was a competition regarding services for gig workers, and we won that competition. So that's why we entered into the Malaysian market and launched our product in June. So we're working with various banks, as I told you earlier. And we have entered 4 countries to date. We have about 40 employees, but it's very difficult to find IT personnel in Korea only. But we were able to secure those people in Malaysia. And the total labor force in these all 4 countries is about 366.3 million. So that's a lot of people. Now in Malaysia, there is 15.1 million labor force, but only 8.9 of them have credit cards issued. Now, for Philippines, they have 44.7 million working population, but only 4 million have credit card issued, which is less than 5%. So it's a market with great potential. Now, we started out with food and beverage businesses here in Korea, like Outback, TGI Friday, and Pizza Alvolo, and so on. So those are our clients. As for overseas, our clients include KFC, Pizza Hut, and large supermarkets and hotels like Shangri-La. And we will launch our service in Hong Kong going forward. And there is a Jardine Group, which is the biggest retail group in Hong Kong that owns 7-Eleven and IKEA and so on. Now, what's really interesting is that if you create multinational customers in a single country, these companies usually have already ventured out to 6 to 7 countries of their own. So that actually produces a great synergy effect for us. So now going beyond just EWA, we want to provide micro insurance and a savings product and micro investment products as well. We wanted our team to be international from the very beginning, so we have people from Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, and others. That's what sets us really apart from other fintech companies, and that was the key to our success. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. That was Mr. Kim Hee-jun, CEO of Paywatch Korea. We heard that Paywatch Korea's EWA service received about 3.5 billion won in investment, and that you're collaborating with many companies overseas. And I could definitely tell that you made a lot of efforts to persuade those companies, which of course yielded in good results that you are enjoying today. So thank you for sharing that experience. I hope this will set a good precedent for many fintech companies that want to enter the global market. I will also cheer Paywatch Korea on while you're being recognized in the global arena. Now, next to the third presentation.
So the presentation will be by CEO Lee Hyung-ju of Great Health Chain. So designated as innovative financial service in 2022, Great Health Chain, using health grading services and partnering with ABL Life Insurance, jointly developed health enhancement-based product and system. So we look forward to Mr. Lee's presentation, and please give him a big hand. Hello, we connect health and finance. We are Great Health Chain, and I'm the CEO of the company, Lee Hyung-ju. So I think that InsurTech is not very much featured today in this session, but that will be the focus of my presentation. We are founded in May 2019, and I used to work in an insurance company for 20 years. I quit the company, and with a few colleagues of mine, we founded Great Health Chain. And since I have an experience in the insurance industry, in order to actually collaborate with insurance, I had a vested knowledge in that. So that is why it was actually possible to file for all the necessary requirements for the FSC and to have our service designated as innovative financial service. So what kind of market are we targeting is an important question. So a lot of financial companies are looking towards the health of individuals. So there are lots of different products, like the more you walk, you get your insurance premium reduced and so forth. But does the financial sector have a good understanding of individual health? That's another question, because you tell them to walk, consumers to walk, and if you walk more, you get 5% off your insurance premium, and sometimes there is an analysis for your health age, and if you're healthier in terms of age, then you will get additional benefits. But all of these services are considered as gamification. Actually, there has not been a very accurate way of determining all of this to be included in the financial products. So I think I have to explain about the concept health grading. So it's actually from level 1 to level 9, like credit rating. So if you're closer to grade 1, that means you're healthier. And the average would be grade 5. So if you look at the bottom, there's a question like, how healthy am I this month, for example? And you can know about your health status through this health grading system or health score. I said that we are a team of insurance experts and finance experts as well. We also partner with hospitals and universities to do a joint study, and we also publish papers in different societies and journals in Korea. So our health grading is very much validated. So what is the difference between all of these our service with existing service? So the your health grade changes every month. As for the health age, it is very much based on your medical records of health checkups. So if you do, health checkups every 2 years, you'll be updated every 2 years. But as for the health grade or your health score, you can have an update every month. And what's very intuitive of our service is that we have a grading system from 1 to 9. And It is based on one health grade system or indicator that you can determine everything, and it will be very convenient for consumers to have an accurate knowledge of their health status.
사실 여기까지 말씀드렸을 때는 그러면 이게 무슨 핀테크 기업이냐, 뭐
Then you may ask
실제로
us, you're a healthcare company, not a fintech company. But when it comes to health grades or health grading, there's a lots of like connecting points of this service with insurance companies and fintech companies. If you're healthier, then you should be able to pay lower premium, and we believe that it is appropriate for consumers to pay for the insurance premium and status according to their health status. And if you look on the right, according to our analysis, if you're healthier, then you are less likely to file for bankruptcy. So our service will be very useful to develop insurance products that befit your health status, and we can also develop financial products to lower interest rates for loans, for example, for healthy people. So if you look on the right, there is the health accident occurrence rate, and you can see that if your health grade is higher, that means you have lower risk of getting into health accidents. So starting with this health grading system, in December 2020, we worked with ABL Life Insurance to develop an insurance product. And last year with Hana Property Insurance, we actually developed together an insurance product where you can get up to 50% lower insurance premium. If you pay $100, you pay $50. But actually, if you look on the long run, 50% means you can get a discount up to $12 million. So it was a hit product. And not only that, 8 more insurance companies are working with us to study different pricing strategies to come up with different insurance products. So I think that this slide is a very important slide in my presentation today. On December 23, 2020, we were designated as an innovative financial service. And as I said, there are insurance products that give you a lower premium if you're healthy, and that'll be beneficial for new subscribers. But of course, in Korea, there are lots of people who already have an insurance. So if you're already insured, and no matter how healthy you become, you cannot give discounts because the design was already there when you signed up for it. So after we got designated as a financial innovative service, what we wanted to do was if you see an improvement in your health and if you let the insurer know about that improvement, then that improvement can be reflected in your existing insurance product so that you can get additional discount. But from the insurer's perspective, you may think that they don't have any additional financial benefit. But of course, from the insurer's perspective, they can see their loss rate getting improved, and they can also improve the retention rate in the long run, and they can also benefit from different marketing benefits. And there are lots of additional information that they can receive. For example, information about the subscriber's health status. So they can actually develop a cohort database to do their internal risk analysis. In February 2022, ABL Product worked with us to launch a new our service-based product. And for 45 days, we did a test trial of giving 5% premium discount. And 8.3% of our app subscribers benefited from this premium discount. The discount period was a little bit short, and the discount rate was not very high. But in the future, we will expand this area to have a longer trial period for a higher discount rate. After we were designated as an innovative financial service, up until 2020, we only had one partnership But now we have met with 48 insurance companies, and we are currently discussing partnership with about 20 insurance companies. So the underwriting and the claim and the health, as well as the innovative financial services, will be included in the scope of our business so that we can further develop our partnership model.
마지막으로 광고
Last but not least, I would like to talk about our advertisement service. As mentioned, the health grade will be calculated by our application called Log. If you search for the word Log on the App Store and Google Store, you will find our service. We haven't actually promoted this application yet, and yet about 2,005 people are subscribing to our application. The reason for that is our financial partners, before selling their financial products, tell or inform the consumers to install our application so that they can benefit from the discounts. So the first line marketers for our applications are financial salesmen at financial institutions. With that, I would like to wrap up my presentation. And there is one thing I would like to note. I don't know if you're interested in InsurTech, but partnership with financial institutions
위탁 서비스나 이런 식의 연결을 통해서
can be actually done through the designation of financial services or through authorized agents. So all of these actually triggers the development of partners. So if you get your service designated as an innovative financial service, it'll be very useful for you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So that was CEO Lee Hyun-ju of Grade Health Chain, who shared with us the third success cases of fintech. As you saw in the presentation, in a span of just a few years, he has successfully signed partnerships with many financial institutions. So I think that he will continue to leave good precedents for such successful partnerships. And he also mentioned about the institutional support that is a must in further promoting partnership with financial companies. Now let's move on to the next presentation.
겠습니다. 여러분
Have you heard of the designated agent program? Designated agent program is a program in which a financial company entrusts a fintech company to test run some innovative financial services. Now, MindSlab was selected as a designated agent in 2019. In the presentation, MindSlab will share with us the technology that it developed, the growth of AI Human Platform, and also a case in which it collaborated with Hyundai Marine and Fire Insurance. The presentation will be given by Mr. Kim Dong-soo, CEO of MindSlab. Please welcome him with a big hand. Hello. So, in March 2019, we were selected as a designated agent, and I'd like to share with you our experience related to that. So this is the model that allowed us to become the designated agent. Now, when people sign up for certain insurance products, they would pay their premium, and once they cancel the contract, they would have some money refunded. And in the process of the insurance policy loan appraisal, we can use the voice of AI Voicebot. So, insurance policy loan appraisal. The premise to that is there is a secure fund, and that this fund would be remitted or deposited into the banking account of the customers. But according to the law, this requires the people at the insurance business to get its employees involved. That is the law. So usually people would call the customer service, and the agents would do the entire process, but we actually create a service in which AI Voicebot would partially overtake this service for the customer center agent. Now, usually the amount that was allowed to be processed was maximum 5 million won because this was once again a pilot project. It was a test run.
어떻게 해야지?
초록색 누르시면
아, 요걸.
Now, what is AI Voicebot? Just a minute, please. Okay, I'll just skip that. Oh, there we go.
AI 음성보시라고 하는 게 저희가 이제 전화 통화하는 도중에 고객의 음성 인식하는 부분이 있고.
Now, when there's a phone call, the AI would recognize the voice of the customers and would act like the CS agent. When that is done on an NG call ticket, and the dialogue script would have to be provided to the agent when the agent has to take the call in the middle, and we do have the function for that. And at the beginning, we were concerned about this thing that while customer is talking to the AI, perhaps they would feel uncomfortable talking to a robot voice, but this TTS provides not robotic voice, but voice that is very similar to human beings. And therefore, this service began to be accepted by the larger public. Now, this is how we apply our technology to the CS Center. And at the point of contact with the customer, the AI would take over. So you see that chatbot at the very bottom, and you're very familiar with the chatbot, but let's look at the top where there's a voice bot. The voice bot is the one that takes the call, actual phone call. So with this scheme, we have conducted our development efforts back in 2010, and we completed the development in 2018, and we wanted to supply this service to the financial sectors. But because the technology itself was not verified or validated, that wasn't the case. And so we were, back in 2019, designated as agent program by Hyundai Marine and Fire Insurance, and that's how we made entry into the financial industry. So while running this business for the past 3 years, we expanded the scope of our service to sales integrity monitoring service as well. And we've also provided a service called preemptory notice of payment, where it processes the announcement of loss of the insurance coverage from 2 to 3 times, 2 months or 3 months overview. So that's how we are expanding the scope of our business. And we not only serve Hyundai, but also Hanwha, Hana, and other insurance companies. And since last year, these kind of services have been largely applied to the financial sector. Now let's take a look at MindZap specifically. So we received up until Series C investment, and we were listed on Kosdaq last year. And our business valuation was largely supported by this AI voice bot. Now, these AI voice bots talk to customers via phone call, which could have its own limitations. So we decided to take this further and create an AI human who can actually talk to people face to face. They behave like human beings. They move their mouth very naturally as if a human being is speaking, and they can understand the emotions of the customers and quickly catch what customers want to respond flexibly. And they look at customers' actions and facial expressions and make appropriate responses. I do have a video for you. So let's see how we use AI voice bot.
가입하신 보험 중에 보험료 납입에 대해 안내해드릴 내용이 있어 전화드렸습니다. 정태림 고객님 맞으세요? 해당 안내는 개인정보보호 관련 법령에 따라 고객님의 동의가 있어야 진행 가능합니다. 본인 확인을 위해 고객님의 생년월일을 말씀해 주시겠습니까?
네, 이게 지금 고객이 하는 얘기가 나오지.
So for some reason, the voice of the customer who is responding to the AI bot is not coming out. But anyway,
네,
무엇을
다시 설명드리겠습니다.
도와드릴까요?
고객님의
원하는
보험 계약
메뉴를
중에 종합권 광고와
선택하시거나
몰락의 보험
말씀해 주세요.
13만 5천 원의 보험 계약이 2021년 12월부터 납입되지 않았습니다.
오늘 날씨
네,
좀
고객님.
알려주세요.
네, 좀 동영상이 매끄럽지.
sorry for that technical difficulties regarding the video. The last video was about AI human who can work at kiosks or digital desk. So through 200 digital desks, we allow customers to fulfill any kind of activities that they want to do through this AI human. And we have been working on this technology to date, and in that process, we have discovered our mission. Among all things that human beings need to do, there are some things that are very idle and repetitive, which are necessary but people don't want to do. So AI can do that for human beings so that human beings can focus their own resources into doing something that is more sophisticated and requires more expertise. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. That was Mr. Kim Dong-soo, CEO of MindZap. MindZap introduced AI humans in various fields and combined them with various devices. We look forward to seeing MindZap grow together with its AI platform and sophisticated technology going forward. Now you are joining us for Korea Fintech Week 2022. This is a success case of fintech seminar. Thank you for watching.
Next will be Cross Finance Korea, and CEO Kwak Ki-eung will share his company's success case. So Cross Finance Korea and Samsung Card have partnered together. Let's listen to his presentation. Please give him a big round of applause. Hello, I am Kwak Ki-eun, CEO of Cross Finance Korea. So today I'm going to talk about the partnership between Cross and Samsung Card in terms of innovative financial service.
앞에 이건 크로스 파이낸스.
Cross Finance Korea is specialized in providing supply chain financing for SMEs. And we are registered under FSS's P2P Act as a P2P service product provider. We're providing investment banking services to SMEs that used to be excluded by major IBs through technological-based innovations. We actually pursue tech investment banking model, and that is indeed the vision for our company. So started as an in-house startup company of Costcom back in March 2017, Cross Finance Korea has successfully secured Series A in 2018 and pre-Series B round in 2022. And we are officially registered as a P2P lending institute under FSS's P2P Act in July 2021. And I'm very proud to present my case as an innovation financial services designated provider, which was selected back in June 2020. And we provided innovative financial services to Samsung Card from January to December 2021. So especially with our cooperative services provided to Samsung Card, Cross Finance Korea ranked number 2 among fierce competition within P2P lending service firms. And in addition, Cross Finance Korea ranked as the top P2P lending institution in the first half of 2022. And in the supply chain finance market, which is very difficult and challenging, we achieved a loan brokerage performance of 1.1 trillion won on an accumulated basis. We are operating in Korea, but as Paywatch said, there is also an increasing demand for supply chain finance in Southeast Asia. So it is indeed a blue ocean. And having recognized fast growth potential domestically, Cross Finance Korea is expanding to Southeast Asia. We set up a subsidiary in Singapore, and we expect to open up another subsidiary in Vietnam this year, along with future expansion in Indonesia and Malaysia in the years to come.
국내에서 저희가 빠르게 이제 성장할 수 있게 된 배경 중에 하나는
So let me explain to you about the background as to our fast growth in Korea. So as a P2P lending firm specialized in supply chain financing in Korea, we provide financial services to SMEs. So for example, to SMEs taking their invoices, so the credit card receivables, and also there are settlement receivables coming from the online shopping malls, and there are also e-bills for the manufacturing sector. So we actually provide financial services to SMEs as their collateral. And currently, conventional financial institutions were unable to provide such services without extensive documentation preparation and also many frustrating visits to local branches. However, we at Cross Finance Korea are revolutionizing through the creative use of technology to provide financing services to SMEs without hassles. And in addition, we provide short-term and relatively lucrative yet low-risky investment opportunities to our investors. So I would like to now talk about our three key strengths. First, our RPA-based data collection and AI-based credit evaluation processes allow quick credit scoring as short as 30 minutes. Our second strength is with our credit scoring system specialized in evaluating credit worthiness of SMEs, we were able to provide financing services to those SMEs that used to be rejected by conventional financial institutions such as commercial banks and capital companies. So we're currently at version 2.0. We will continue to combine different financial information to develop alternative services. Last but not least, we have such great track record of lending history for the past 3 years without zero default, without any defaults.
21년도에 삼성카드와 저희가 협업 서비스를 제공했는데요. 이 지정 대리는 저희가 갖고 있는
So Cross Finance Korea, together with Samsung Card, in 2021 provided alternative credit scoring and evaluation services for those SMEs with thin credit history. So with our services as a supplementary, Samsung Card was able to provide corporate card services to those SMEs that were previously denied and to extend credit line to the existing corporate cardholders.
이를 통해서 저희가 어떤 정보들을 추가적으로
By doing so, what kind of additional information did we provide? If I elaborate, so Cross Finance Korea provided a credit evaluation services through our advanced alternative credit scoring system. And AACSS, that is based on non-traditional analysis of SMEs transaction records, tax filing records, in addition to conventional financial scoring based on past financial statements. So, the transaction, the amount, and also the time, all of these informations are crucial and also the volume of issuance, and also increase and decrease of accounts receivables of credit cards can be used as a very effective information. We provided alternative credit scoring services for over 20 companies per month to enhance evaluation of credit worthiness of these SMEs for Samsung Card. So one of the greatest achievements is that we were able to provide credit evaluation services for those over 140 SMEs that were previously denied for such reasons as short credit history. And secondly, with our early adoption of RPA, we were able to shorten the time to collect all the necessary information and data that took over 60, usually it took over 60 minutes to generate one company's credit information. But after our partnership with Samsung Card and transitioning to RPA, robotic process automation, we were able to shorten the time to 1 minute. Last but not least, our cooperative relationship with Samsung Card allow for gap analysis. This is a very important point. So the authorized agent is not to cover system to system, but human to human is very important. So with the credit team within Samsung Card and our cross-finance credit team, through human-to-human exchange, we conducted a gap analysis and we identified the rooms for improvement of the models of each of our companies to share our know-hows and seek expansion of our partnership. So this was very innovative and it is indeed considered as a best practice. Cross Finance Korea has successfully been registered as a P2P lending firm under FSS P2P Act, and we will continue to work harder going forward. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That was Mr. Kwak Ki-young of Cross Finance Korea. So we look forward to the future initiatives of Cross Finance Korea.
있습니다.
Moving on to the next success case. Next is Allink, which developed a technology that allows touch payment possible even without NFC terminals. Allink will share the case in which it cooperated with Mirae Asset Securities. The presentation will be made by Mr. Kim Kyung-dong, CEO of Allink. Let's now invite him to the stage. Hello, as introduced, my name is Kim Kyung-dong. I'm from Allink. So I'm not sure if I'm the right person to be standing here. It's really an honor because all the other companies that have made their presentations are really significant companies in this industry. But let me talk about Allink and its technology. So we are dedicated to developing Tap Donor, which is an NFC tag-based information transfer solution that enables convenient mobile service with a tap. Now, so you can see that there are various mobile services, and in order to provide the services, information is being transferred to other terminals. So what kind of actions do we take in order to transfer the information in our mobile phones to our terminals? We do various things. Now, I think I can say that we use NFC and MST, which is used in Samsung Pay, and also barcode and QRs to transfer information from the mobile devices. But NFC is only used by Apple on iPhone and MST by Samsung Electronics. So other mobile service providers, regardless of their size or their capital, are only left with barcodes and QR. Let's take a look at Apple. Now, Apple Pay is really all the rage these days. But even Apple's iPhone can only use NFC only for payment. As for its membership service, you can see that it uses barcodes. Now, Samsung Electronics. Payment can be made with the touch of a mobile device, but membership rewards have to be earned through a barcode. So this is what we want to improve. When there is a service provider, this service provider should be able to transfer all mobile information to terminals through a single method. That's precisely what our service aims at. So Apple, Samsung, and all global companies have not yet been able to come up with a related solution, and All-Link aims to do that. So we provide a solution that transfers various mobile service information to other terminals. And how can we apply this solution to fintech? Let me tell you about some actual cases. So there are many companies out there, and it's very difficult for large companies and small fintech companies to work together to launch a large-scale service from the very beginning. But what happened with Mirai Asset Security is that it wanted to create what is called Mirai Asset Pay. And we suggested that because there's no NFC-based payment service using iPhone in Korea, we wanted Mirai Asset Pay to be the first one doing that, and we persuaded them, and hence we launched our solution to the market for the first time, even before Apple Pay. In Korea, that is. So as a result, it has been about 6 months since the launch, and we've had 50K outlets on board to date. And these became great references for our overseas entry. It hasn't been 3 years since we were founded, and the fact that we've had 50K outlets on board in just less than 3 years is something that even overseas companies will be impressed with. So that actually served as a great opportunity for us to enter the overseas market. Now, let's take a look at Apple Pay, which is a heatedly debated topic these days. In order to use Apple Pay, you cannot use the NFC-based service. So the financial companies have to go inside Apple Pay and even have to pay a fee. And you also need to install dedicated terminal, which is about 150,000 Korean won. And plus, only international credit cards are accepted. Credit cards that can only be used in Korea cannot be used on Apple Pay. But the specification of Apple Pay is not that of company of Apple. So therefore, only global brand credit cards can be used in Apple Pay. And I believe that this will have a negative impact on the fintech companies here in Korea. So we also took part in the consignment test provided by Fintech Center Korea. So we applied our services to the ATM machines at Hyojong TNS and Mirai Asset. So these cash withdrawal services have been reduced in Korea, so this cannot be a great example. But the reason why we did this consignment test is because we wanted to aim for the Southeast Asia market. In Southeast Asia, cash is still being used very frequently. And using the use case here in Korea, we can easily enter Southeast Asia market. And we took part in a consulting program for overseas entry provided by FCK. We are a technology firm, and therefore we have to keep filing for patents. But you know that applying for overseas patent requires a lot of cost. And for the past 3 years, with the help of FCK and its consulting program, we've filed for many patent applications to date. And so, for the first time, we were able to launch our service into the Middle Eastern country called Oman.
그리고 저희가 이제 결제뿐만 아니라
And
유사한 시장, 바로 블록체인, NFT
now we have another model, which is not payment, but a blockchain-based NFT service solution. To use blockchain and NFT, it's very difficult to do that in the offline world. Blockchain today remains in the virtual world. It's kind of like a currency in the virtual world. And you need a certain infrastructure for that. But that infrastructure will be provided by Allink. So with Allink solution, blockchain can go beyond its limits and provide services offline. So this could serve as a reference, but it is a commercialized case. So we cooperated with 7-Eleven and Samsung Electronics to launch this NFT-based services. So these days, if you buy new mobile phones, the mobile phones are already equipped with the NFT, and we provided specific services to these owners of the mobile phones. So together, the blockchain service providers and retail businesses were connected together through our service. Now, for 7-Eleven, it was about providing membership, and for Samsung Electronics, we issued specific NFTs to pre-order buyers of Samsung phones, and the NFT holders are provided with various coupons and services. So that's it for my presentation. And fintech, blockchain, and other services in the market would be able to be utilized to transfer mobile information to the offline world, and we will continue making exerted effort to this end. Thank you for listening. So that was the 6th presentation given by Mr. Kim Kyung-dong, CEO of Allink. It's a solution about transferring mobile information to other terminals. So I hope that Allink will flourish in the global arena going forward.
표만을
Now let's move on to the last presentation. Have you heard about the furniture subscription service? We are going to listen to the success case of Ihe Lifestyle, which will be given by CEO Kim Man-seok. Please welcome CEO Kim with a big hand. Hello, I am Kim Nam-seok, CEO of Ihe Lifestyle. Today I'm going to talk about something that is less related with fintech, commerce. So at the contact point with a lot of customers, so that the contact points will be the focus of my talk as well. And the partnership that I'm going to talk about today is focusing on the successful launch of the furniture subscription model and how we partner with capital companies as well as card companies. So I am the CEO of Ihe Lifestyle, and we provide 살구, which is a furniture subscription model or service. So this is the vision of Ihe Lifestyle. We're not very much focused on fintech innovation. Our focus is the commerce to make our customers' lives more comfortable, and we are very much focused on furniture and also space and so forth. So in this hall that you're sitting in your home and in your office, what if you can actually use the furnitures that you want within a given period of time? How cool would that be? And what is the services relationship with fintech will also be a point, my talk point. So you have a lot of applications on your cell phone, and by clicking on the icon, you can have access to a wide range of services. So if you click on 살구, the application, you can actually sign up for a monthly or weekly subscription, and you can actually rent the furniture, but it's not just renting because it's subscriptions. So there'll be someone who goes to your house to have the furniture repaired, and there's also you can also be insured in terms of your furniture use. Some people may not like this idea. I just want to, rent the furniture and then return it when I don't use it. That's what many people would think. But I would like to take this opportunity to be a bit more frank. When I first initiated this furniture subscription service, I never imagined that it would be an innovative financial service because it was just about renting the furniture and then returning the furniture after use and so forth. Currently, our service is applied to the DH brand, apartment brand of Hyundai ENC, and it is also applied to one-person rental office cell for SKD&D, and the service is also applied to Hana OneQ mobile app for Hana Bank. But there was one ironic thing that I experienced. Actually, customers, they need a lot of furniture, a lot of props, and they also sometimes want electronic appliances. And just imagine this scenario. There are many different prices for our furnitures, and the most expensive one goes up to like 4 million. And let's also think about the furniture manufacturers or suppliers. And there was a brief mention about the supply channel before. Actually, the furniture companies want to get immediately paid for the furniture that they sell. But our subscription model can go up to 1 month or up to 60 months. So as a CEO of this company, you cannot help but wonder, we have to pay the companies right away, but I have to get installment payments from my consumers or the customers in a span of 60 months. So no matter how much I factor in the interest rate and a lot of other factors, and no matter how reasonable I try to be, actually it's very difficult to answer this question. So the subscription model is not an installment service, dividing the product in different terms. It's not also like renting the product and then just having it returned after a certain period. There is a constant interaction with the consumers, and that is the essence of a subscription model. So we did have a lot of challenges along the way. When you imagine about a furniture subscription service, you may think that there would be a wide range of furnitures available. But I also have to think about the financial services that are associated with it, and the consumers. It should be very much transparent for consumers when they subscribe for this service. It should be very convenient. And I will elaborate more on this in the latter part of my presentation. But what was very grateful for me was that we could partner with the Hyundai Insurance through this FinTech Week. So I'm going to talk about our partnership with Hyundai first. So 99% of you sitting here may not have heard about this furniture subscription model. But in the insurance company sector, also that was a very unique concept as well, because electronic appliances are very common in the insurance sector, but furniture, we don't have like amortization and depreciation for furniture. Let's imagine a sofa that you sit on or lie on every day. So, for example, if you have an issue with your sofa, do you get like regular maintenance? No. But if you have an issue with your cell phone, you go to the AS or after sales service center. So that is why it was not an easy concept to apply insurance to furniture. So how would we define the pricing for repair and maintenance, and who is going to provide that repair service? That was not very clear. So Actually, the last part of the subscription model, it was the maintenance of the furniture that was really the challenge. And with the Hyundai, actually Marine and Insurance, we provided a furniture-based insurance product for the first time and in the world, as you can see in the image. So furniture subscription insurance, this kind of case is very unprecedented in the world. And Hyundai Marine Fire Insurance also worked very hard to develop reinsurance providers. So we had to actually have an analysis or take stock of the current situation as to the maintenance and the repair status of furnitures. And we also had to prove how much of the furniture we could actually recover. And based on all of that analysis, we developed the furniture subscription-based insurance product. And this product is available on our platform. So for furniture, for electronic appliances, and even for props.
사실 지금 보여드리는 장표가 저희가 만들었던 구독 서비스와
So this slide illustrates our business model, especially the partnership model.
지금 보이시는 공급망 서플라이어와
So there is a supplier on the left, and the customer are platform users. So the platform services.
제가 초반에 좀 말씀드린 것처럼
And as I said in my introduction, so this was a very vast subscription service. As I said, suppliers, we couldn't tell the suppliers to wait 1 or 2 months for them to be paid. And the furniture suppliers, they are very small in terms of their size, and they need a very quick turnover. And sometimes there are services that allow you to subscribe directly to suppliers, but in the furniture sector, suppliers want to be paid temporarily at least. So we actually partnered with the capital companies
상품 그리고 상품으로 기반으로 만들어진 계약서를 기반으로
and financial institutions. So based on the contract through the bonds, we actually made these companies, the financial institutions, to buy our contracts so that we can be able to pay money to the suppliers. And of course, Hana Capital could develop a model in which they could secure a long-term profit. So supplier, once they register for their product, we make sure that the accounts receivables are automatically generated. And the second thing is, I mentioned that it is a furniture subscription. It's not just a rental service. The users can use the furnitures and they can for a certain period of time, and they can try changing that furniture with another thing and then returning the furniture. And we have to actually repair the furniture to rent it out to others. And there is the insurance problem. For example, you can see a lot of cases where furniture is damaged. Let's imagine your sofa in the living room, because you tend to sit on the same spot in your sofa, You tend to sit on the same spot. And as you continue to sit in the same place or same spot on your sofa, that part may wear down. And once a year, we have to sometimes take the materials of the interior materials of the sofa to clean it out, and also to reshape the sofa so that it'll be very fluffy. But sometimes the customers, pour coffee on their sofa, and their dogs and cats scratch them. So we have to actually repair their sofa to make it resilient so that it can be subscribed out again. And a lot of insurance companies, they didn't want to do this, meaning that we cannot measure, furniture. There's no criteria to recover it and restore it. But during the Korea Fintech Week 2022, with Hyundai Maritime Insurance and another insurance company told us that you know, your idea seems interesting. Prove to us that you can do it, and we will think about your idea. So we found a clue to the partnership, and in a span of 1 year, we actually applied the service to the subscription-based platform. I said in the beginning, our subscription model service is a financial model. There should be like the Hana Capital's participation, and the customers could be able to provide could benefit from a lower subscription fees and so forth. So after going through all of these trials and errors, so in terms of account number, we have reached more than 2,000 on an accumulated basis. So this was the kind of partnership that we achieved, and it's bearing a lot of fruit. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to share our case. Thank you. Yes, that was Mr. Kim Nam-seok from Ihe Lifestyle for his last success case of fintech. So I could really feel his big pride in his company through his presentation. And as he said in his presentation, he was able to trigger the partnership with Hyundai Maritime and Insurance through a networking session in Korea Fintech Week 2022. So that was a very good news to hear. And now we're here at Korea Fintech Week 2022. I hope to see more and more partnership cases being developed. So with that, we have now come to the end of today's session. I hope that you found it to be informative. So I hope that through today's session, the fintech companies and the financial companies can partner together to take a new leap forward. And in that sense, I hope that it was an insightful session. So in this rapidly changing world, it is not easy to find our competitiveness and prepare for the future. But in this rapidly changing environment, the services that the customers want should be developed fast, and we need to foster cooperation cases with many fintech companies, as they will serve as opportunities to expand the base of customers and market. We look forward to hearing more wonderful news in the future, and I hope to listen to more success cases of fintech here at Korea Fintech Week. And also the FSC and Fintech Center Korea will continue to support the cooperation and innovation of fintech companies and the growth of these companies. And they will also do their best to address the challenges faced by these companies. So we look forward to your support as well. So from 2:45 p.m., we are going to have a seminar under the theme of Digital Age Finance and Consumer Protection. We look forward to your participation and interest, and I hope that you will have a very